Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020 Haverford College Men's Lacrosse Virtual Senior Day. The men's lacrosse program would like to take this moment to honor the class of 2020 for its contributions to the program over the past 4 years. In addition to being scholars in the classroom, this class helped lead Haverford to the 2018 Centennial Conference Tournament, a pair of wins against top 10 opponents in 2019, and ultimately capped off their careers on a high note with a resounding 11-5 win against Baldwin-Wallace during the team's trip to Colorado earlier this spring. Our first senior is number 22, Connor Braun, from Medville, Massachusetts. Playing on the attack unit, Connor played in 7 games during his career and certainly made an impact, as he was a key contributor during victories against Muhlenberg, Washington College, and Roger Williams. He tallied his first career shot during his collegiate debut against the Mules, a standout in the classroom where he was twice named to the Centennial Conference Academic Honor Roll. Connor will graduate this spring with a major in economics while also holding a minor in classical culture and society. Here to discuss Connor's numerous contributions to the program is teammate Brian Jeffroy.
Connor Braun, also known as the Hefty Lefty, was a relentless teammate. And by that I mean he really contributed to every aspect of our team culture. He was always reliable on the field, and even more reliable on the aux. And sometimes coach will ask us when we're doing a certain activity or drill, what is the point, guys? And for Connor, just being around his teammates and his friends, you could tell he really enjoyed it, and that was the point. One of my favorite memories of Connor was my sophomore year when I was living in apartment 18 with a couple guys in my grade, and he was living above us. They announced that we had a snow day very early in the morning. So Connor came down the stairs to celebrate with us. Little did he know we were going to have practice at 6 a.m. And so the look on his face once we told him that, it was hilarious. Fun fact about Connor, he loves maps. And his last name is pronounced Brown.
Our next senior is number 13, Griffin Brooks. Griffin came to Haverford from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. A team captain during his senior season, Griffin played in 46 of a possible 51 career games during his career on defense. He ranked second on the forwards with 13 ground balls and 6 caused turnovers during his senior campaign. Over his career, he scooped up 43 ground balls and caused 20 turnovers. Transitioning into the attack, he also added 3 assists, including 1 during the victory a season ago against number 10 Dickinson. Griffin will graduate from Haverford this spring with a degree in mathematics. Here to describe Griffin as a leader is teammate Jonathan Frost.
This video is for Griffin Brooks, aka the Motor City Hitman, aka Diesel, aka the Late Night Specialist. I think if I had to describe Griffin as a lacrosse player, it'd be someone who would do what they had to do even if they didn't really want to, whether that was buying a Cuban sandwich or going out and taking a wing after just playing 3 minutes of defense. Griff knew that the most important thing was doing what was best for the team, even if he didn't really want to do it. And with that being said, the thing he definitely did want to do was hit people. That's what got him the name Motor City Hitman. Whenever you would feel the momentum start to dip in a game or the energy was starting to drop, you would look up and see Griffin absolutely kill someone, legally or not. Either way, it would get you super pumped. This part of Griff was one of the best parts of his leadership. He was a man of very, very few words, but what he was able to do was lead through actions. He would say stuff like, you need to go out into the field and not be afraid to hit someone, and then he would do exactly that. He would go on and just completely truck someone or be clearing the ball and someone was trying to hit him and he'd put his shoulder down and he might fall to the ground too, but he made sure to let that other guy know that he hit him harder, and that's what made Griff a great leader and a great lacrosse player. We love you, Griff, man. We're going to miss you.
Our third senior is number 33, Kyle Buseck, biding his time in one of the deepest goaltending units in Division III after joining the forwards from Boca Grande, Florida. Kyle stepped into the spotlight during his senior season with a pair of starts during his 3 appearances. He made at least 10 saves during each of those contests, including a career-high 15 stops on the road trip to Stevens. Kyle was honored as an Ambler Scholar Athlete and was a 3-time member of the Centennial Conference Academic Honor Roll. He will graduate from Haverford this spring with a degree in economics. Here to discuss Kyle's impact on the team is fellow goalie Joe Weisberg.
Kyle Buseck. One of the things that I think people don't know about Kyle is that he says some of the funniest things, especially during practice, that nobody hears. And that's something that on the 10D squad, I'm definitely going to miss. Another thing about Kyle on a more serious note is that since I came in my freshman year, Kyle's really embodied what it means to be a really good teammate, to be a guy that does what he's supposed to do, when he's supposed to do it. Really setting a good example for me, for Ethan, and for the rest of the team on how to support your team. Kyle's one of the best teammates that I've had in my time here at Haverford, and he's definitely going to be missed, but never ever forgotten.
Our next senior is number 43, Noah Hollander. Noah joined Haverford from Roanoke, Virginia, and has appeared in 32 games during his Haverford career, including every game during the 2017 and 2018 seasons. With a knack for the big goal, Noah scored the game winner against Gwen Mercy during his rookie season and also found the back of the cage during Haverford's Centennial Conference semifinal against Gettysburg, and finished his career with 8 points on the attack. Throughout his career, he totaled 25 shots, collected 15 ground balls, and caused a pair of turnovers. Noah will graduate from Haverford with a degree in economics. Here to talk about Noah as a teammate is Ben Fujinaga.
Noah Hollander is one of those guys who just loves the game of lacrosse and has loved being part of the team, and we will sorely miss him. And he didn't just love the game, he loved being part of the team. He was one of those guys who you could always count on to push the envelope a little bit, or stir the pot to try and stir it up in practice, get people throwing their bodies around a little bit more, pushing tempo in drills. And, we would make a lot of fun of him for some of this stuff, but really it kind of came down to the fact that he just played with such a passion. He was willing to do the extra thing that others were not willing to do in order to create a positive outcome for his team. I mean, the stuff that guy has gone through to be on our team and to play as hard as he has, I really have no one I respect more in that regard. He's broken his wrist, tore his hamstring twice, and yet he's still that guy who's in the training room rehabbing really hard to get back out there. And I think that's something that a lot of us have learned a lot from, and something I'll always respect about him, as well as his fun antics on and off the field.
Our fifth senior is number 23, Gabe Moon. Gabe came to Haverford from nearby Newtown, Pennsylvania. Becoming a force on the field, Gabe played on defense during 20 of the team's final 21 games during his career. This spring, he led the Forge with 9, caused turnovers, and ranked 4th with 12 ground balls. He also scored in that final victory against Baldwin Wallace, while additionally finding the back of the cage during the top 10 win against Ursinus a season ago. Earning a spot on the Centennial Conference Academic Honor Roll this spring, Gabe will graduate from Haverford with a degree in political science. Here to describe the impact Gabe has had on the program is teammate Anthony Vizzoni.
Gabe Moon, the Big G grinder. I just want to thank you for bettering the Haverford Men's Lacrosse program and bettering yourself with tireless dedication. You were constantly putting in work outside of practice to improve your game and help out our team, and you really exemplified being a hard worker and being selfless. There were countless times when I'd be walking out to Featherbed and see you hitting the ladder and running sprints before practice even came close to starting. Or times when I'd be walking up to class early in the morning and see you walking back to the locker room, coming from Swan Field, having gotten up even earlier just to get some work in. Or after a hard 2-hour practice, everyone is walking back to the locker room, but there's Gabe still on the field running 300s. Your dedication was remarkable, and you were constantly pushing yourself and pushing everyone else around you. And to see you improve your game to a whole new level just through busting your butt was really inspiring. And even though things got cut short, I promise you what you did and the example you set is going to be remembered for a long, long time, and we're really going to miss you, my man. So thank you.
Our next senior is number 20, Brendan Narko. Elected as a team captain for his senior season, Brendan came to Haverford from Chicago, Illinois. He played in 24 games on defense during his career with the Fords. He stepped into a very prominent role this spring with starts in 4 of the team's 6 games, while setting career highs in both ground balls and caused turnovers against both Scranton and Stevens. Brendan finished the year ranked 2nd on the team with 6 caused turnovers. Brendan will graduate from Haverford with a degree in history while also holding a minor in Spanish. Here to discuss Brendan as a teammate is Colby Ferrigno.
Brendan Narko is an incredible teammate and friend. When I think of Brendan, I think of somebody that attacks everything he does with an infectious, positive attitude, whether it's jumping in front of shots, doing sprints, or getting up for a big game. One special thing about Brendan is that every time we had to wake up early for a spring break trip or an early morning practice, he would get up extra early and get the whole team donuts. And it was really special, and anybody who might have not have been in a great mood getting up so early was definitely in a great mood after getting a donut from Brendan. And that just shows what kind of a teammate he was.
Our final senior is number 5, Charlie Russ. Hailing from Houston, Texas, Charlie debuted on the Fords as a face-off man where he won 44 restarts and ranks among the top 20 players in school history in face-off winning percentage. Later moving into an increased role in the midfield, Charlie played in a total of 31 games throughout his career. During his time as a midi, Charlie totaled 5 shots, 12 ground balls, and 3 caused turnovers. Charlie is graduating from Haverford with a degree in political science. Here to talk about Charlie as a teammate is Ethan Donlan.
Charlie Russ was a very talented lacrosse player. Between scoring behind the back goals and scoring on me all the time during practice, Charlie was a really good player that we'll definitely miss as a program. The other thing when I think about Charlie is I think about Charlie as a teammate. And I look back to my freshman year, I think Charlie was really one of the first guys to bring me into the team. I remember being on the bus in Portugal and Charlie teaching me how to play chess, which is something that we still do today. Charlie was a really funny guy all around, and we'll definitely miss him a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for attending today's virtual ceremonies as we honored the careers of Connor, Griffin, Kyle, Noah, Gabe, Brendan, and Charlie, each of who certainly deserve one final round of applause. Thank you.